Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How are you guys doing? My Interisti all around the world. What is good? What is good? Been a little while since we did one of these live streams, so I felt like we needed to do it, man. I wanted to cover everything like on the day, but I've just not been that well recently. Mohammed knows. I was down with the fever last week. I think my busy few weeks with work and personal life have caught up to me, so I needed I think I just needed to take a little break. But now I think I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm still not back to 100%, but we here, baby. We're getting the energy from you guys, and ready to go. Actually, it's kind of warm out here in the UK today. I have to turn up the fan too. Oh wait, that's loud. Yeah, let's go on 2. Let's not go on 3. Let's go on 2. But yeah, how you guys doing? Tom GD in the house, Harry Dem in the house. Well, not in the house, just came by to say hi. Paki, channel member in the house. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing well. It's because I'm Italian. Yes, Charles, what's up? John Appleseed, Mohammed as well. John Appleseed again, taking a smoke break now, bro. I was just setting up. I was just trying to get everything looking nice, back to the old way. Sham got last minute offer from PSG. I wish I got a last minute offer from PSG. I'm currently on a trip to Milan. Nice, Mattia. Enjoy. Hope you get to visit San Siro and all that good stuff. What's up, Julia? Can't wait for the season to start. Yeah, man, I'm getting excited. Now that Inter's starting to post content. I'm seeing the boys back in training. Oh boy, it is Inter fever. That's the fever I've been having. Inter fever. We need to get Uncle to get 5 subs. Yes, my boy told me let's get to 5k subs by the end of this new season. I was happy to get to 3k, and this season that was my goal. I'll be happy with 4k. Let's try to get to 4k at least by the end of this next season. But 5k would be amazing. Fever sounds like my guy was hungover from the wedding. I think there was also a little bit of that. Because it was my best friend's wedding, so had to get lit. Really looking forward to pre-season. Want to see how this team will play. Yeah, can't wait for the matches. Get all Susha, Skriniar, and Bastoni staying. Life is good. Yeah, I don't know about Skriniar, but yeah, I'll go with that for now. Matteo in the house. What's up? Michael Summers. Can wait for the season to start from Ireland. Nice one. Top of the morning here. King Darian, my boy. Not getting carried away by the upcoming games. Hope everyone's healthy for the start of the season. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. People, you can get hyped in terms of seeing the boys back on the pitch, but I don't really understand when people get start making conclusions about a team when you're watching them in preseason. Like preseason is preseason. It's you shouldn't take much away from preseason, but can't be lying though. Some of these pictures that we're seeing from Inter coming out, like these ones today, they are getting me gassed. I can't lie. Like look at ice cold this Lautaro pick is, man. Like I want to make this like my profile picture. How ice cold this, and Lukaku is the king. Well, yeah. Still just it's just my first reactions to call him the king, but yeah, not allowed to be called the king yet. You have to earn it back. But it just looks so ice cold. And look at this Inzaghi one. Don't you just want to rep this? Look at that Limoncello, looking ice cold, looking like a villain, ready to take over Serie A. And Mkhitaryan as well. I liked his video presentation. I don't know if you guys saw Mkhitaryan's one. It was about teaching people how to say, or Mkhitaryan as he said it. That's the proper way of saying it. But I'm just gonna call him Mickey. To be honest. Joseph Rakes in the house. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing well. Shami getting the new kit with Lukaku 90 on the back. Yeah, nope. I'm getting the new kit. I'll get the new kit. I don't know if I'm getting the home or the away or the third. Maybe all 3. I've never got all 3 actually, to be honest. Last season I got both. I got the home and the away, but you guys know I never get names at the back of my shirt. And I'm definitely not getting Lukaku 90. That's 90 is never going to be the number I get on the back of a shirt. Gostins is going to explode this year. Oi, Gostins is looking nice. I saw that picture today of his calf. His calf has another calf. Crazy. That guy's physique is out of this world. He is Lukaku for He's Lukaku forever. He's unfortunately, because of those Lukaku boys, he's Lukaku forever. I've never seen such a good slander meme. It's almost like the KSI and Heskey. Still can't believe Romelu is back. Yeah, man, I've been on the Romelu back train for a while. I'm not surprised at all. I thought the only thing that surprised me of Lukaku, I thought it was going to take a bit longer because I thought Chelsea are going to drag this out. They're going to be like, now we want 20 million. Now we're going to be like, blah, blah, blah. And then he's going to go towards the end of the Mercato. And then he's going to be here. But this done, dusted first week of Mercato, bam, this guy is already here. But I was pretty confident that this guy was coming back. Oh, no need to see my notifications because I'm still sharing with you guys. Pogroms frustrated with Pinamonti Saga. If we were buying him, we would have paid 40 million for him. Yet we're trying to get 17, 19 million for him now. That's the thing, guys. Once again, is this Mercato, like I've been saying, this Mercato has been crazy because the rumors have started all the way in June, but it wasn't even open then. It's only been open technically for 10 days. So it's still early days for a Mercato. I know it's frustrating for us because we want to try to get everything done as soon as possible. We want to get the incomings in, which we have done. We've done pretty much the majority of incomings, which is, not like Inter. We usually wait quite a while to get everything done with Inter. But Marotta said it a few weeks ago when he was interviewed, like, I want to give Inzaghi, but 30th of June, I want to give him the squad pretty much ready for the preseason. And yeah, he lived up to his word because he's pretty much 5 signings in, and we're pretty much ready in terms of what Inzaghi's squad that he needs. We've still obviously got a few pieces that we need to add to the team, but I know it's frustrating, but it is what it is. These boys, there's demand for Pinamonti. There's clearly demand for Pinamonti, but there's no one that's really putting down the 20 million on the plate that we want. So yeah, I think it will happen. It will happen because he's got so much demand. Quite rightly, like he did very well at Empoli last year, so he deserves to have some good, demand. And him himself, I think he's going to be picky. Like, he wants to make. He's going to want to make the right decision now. This is not a loan. This is not, this is going to be his first real big step of his career. So he needs to make the right decision. So apparently Monza are the team that kind of came in with the most kind of conviction for him, but he's not convinced by Monza because obviously they just came back up. Does he really want to be fighting for relegation? So I don't blame him there. And obviously Monza as well. They're rich compared to most relegation teams. These guys have got Berlusconi and all them boys leading them, but it's they'll put up some money, but not big money. Ahmed in the house, what's up, bro? Kelvin, Bremer. Let's see. I hope so. But I think someone will have to leave first. I think that's as you see in the Mercato, every move that we've been making this summer has kind of been covered by something, apart from Lukaku one. There's been something going out, coming in. Everything is like kind of balancing until now. So I think either Pinamonti, De Vrij, someone substantial will have to leave. I think before they can make that like final conviction move for like Bremer and go with like actual money to Torino. Because at the moment, I think they're starting to negotiate properly, but they don't have the actual, I think, straight cash to do it. Flamengo, Sanchez, no, let's see. Apparently Sanchez is not convinced by these types of move at all. Vidal to Flamengo looks like it's pretty much done. I think they're still negotiating his exit fee. But Flamengo, Sanchez, I'm not too convinced about that one. I think Sanchez still wants to play in Europe. He's playing hardball. Eduardo's pissed Sanchez not wanting to leave, bro. He's completely. I mean, of course, that we want him to leave because we want to get, we've got this, we want the fresh new toy to play with. We want the Dybala coming in. But this is Alexis Sanchez still. This guy, we've signed him on a 3-year contract. As long and there is no agreed, because with Vidal there was a clause in his contract that said 4 million euros. We can cancel the contract. Everyone's happy. Bish bash bosh. They're trying to negotiate that down a little bit more with Vidal. Actually, they're trying to see if they get like 3 million payoff. But with Sanchez, there's nothing. He's got a 7 million net year contract. He wants his money. So let's see what's what we can negotiate with Sanchez, because there's going to be some, Barotta's going to have to do his best politician, his best sweet talking with Filicevic, his agent, and Sanchez. Excuse me, or find a good offer. A lot of stuff Sanchez been so aggravating lately. But let's see. I mean, I don't know if they've actually had any, actual talks. Because obviously Sanchez not even come back yet from his holiday. Well, I understand everyone's frustrated with Sanchez, but you also got to see it from Sanchez's point of view. That we're throwing him out to the side. Like, this is one thing now. Like, guys, I know we're all excited about Dybala, Lukaku, Lautaro, but we're treating like these guys like second-rate footballers now. Like, we're treating like Dzeko as like, oh, get out, Correa, get out, Sanchez, get out. Like, it's a little bit like, it's interesting to see how everyone's behaving with these guys. It's just literally treating them like absolute bums. Like, these guys are not absolute bums, and I wouldn't say they're holding us hostage at all. I mean, we're the ones who gave them these contracts. And Inter, from what I understand, they've told Dzeko, especially from Italian media, they've said that Inzaghi wants to keep Dzeko. So Dzeko's definitely not keeping this whole hostage at all at the moment. I think in the case, it's about if they get offers and if they reject them, which is what Sanchez has been doing. Sanchez apparently has been rejecting offers from like, Sevilla or like, not top level clubs, but, decent level European clubs around Europe. And even some offers from Saudi Arabia, apparently some offers from Asia, like around the world, he's been getting offers. So with Sanchez, you could say he's been difficult. But at the same time, you look at Sanchez's, numbers, and you got plenty of Sanchez fans in this community, in my chat. I always see loads of it. And you look at the goal per minute ratio of Sanchez, the assist per minute ratio of Sanchez. Like when Sanchez has come on as a substitute, he's been good. So I understand he's definitely, him and Vidal were earning much more than probably, what they were giving us. But it's a difficult situation, guys. It's not that easy as like telling these guys to F off. I know that's what we want to do. It's like, come on, fresh blood in. And no one is definitely paying him what he pays, what he's paid at Inter when it comes to Sanchez, or Dzeko, Vidal, all of these guys. Sancho's situation is different than Dzeko. Sanchez spent a lot of time injured or the bench. Dzeko just gassed out. Yeah, it was true. But with Sanchez, I mean, I used to say that with Sanchez, but this past season he was actually pretty much fit all the way through the season. I don't think any of these guys are bummed. I believe it's more the fear of losing one of the top four. But this is not anything related to Sanchez, Dzeko. They're selling them. That's just making space for Dybala. That has zero correlation with what is going to come in, going to go out. So it's their salary is just going to be making space for someone that's coming in. They made what they have to do. Let's not forget that he made a huge salary cut to come. Yeah, I mean, he did. But, he was already on a ridiculous salary at United. So Emiliano Sanchez in, absolute baller. Exactly, man. He's a baller. Even if he ends up staying at the end of the day, he's not ideal. But, Alexis Sanchez on the bench. Like, how many other teams have someone like Sanchez quality off the bench? Nothing to do with Inter necessarily, but Berlusconi sounds like he wants to turn Monza into an eight-sister money to blow. Yeah, definitely is exciting project for sure. And we drew for Dybala. Yes, we are drooling for. Yeah, there you go. There's the Sanchez fanboy in the house, Keston. I love Sanchez. He helped us win the true trophies. Exactly. Hey, Akash in the house as well. What's up, bro? Another busy week coming up. Yeah, definitely. I think more outgoing now. I think we need to focus on the outgoings now for sure. Inter. Sanchez can do anything Dybala can do, and Dybala is probably more injury prone than Sanchez. Yeah, I mean, they're probably about the same in terms of injury prone. But yes, that's what I was saying. Career-wise, Sanchez is above Dybala. Dybala can't touch what Sanchez has done for club and country, especially country, and overall his career. But right now, Dybala is an upgrade on Sanchez. There's no denying of that. Yeah, that's one of the questions that we'll get into, King Dorian, about Agume. But yeah, that's we can't keep everyone Keston, because then up front is actually where we're most stacked at the moment. We've got way too many people up front at the moment. Actually, let me share my screen because I can show you. Apologies if the coughing, guys. I'm still not 100% recovered. But yeah, you can see up front, look how many. I mean, Pinamonti obviously is going to go by the end of the Mercato, but even if we take Pinamonti out, we've got 5 guys there right now. And ideally, they're going to cut it down to 4. So we're stacked. There's no, you can't keep 5 guys there. You're gonna and we'll get into the press conference for Inzaghi and Marotta. They said, they're gonna keep 5 guys, and 1 guy is gonna be 4 guys, which is gonna be, one of these big 4, and then 1 like Primavera guy, or like just a guy that's happy getting barely any minutes. So this is where the trimming needs to happen right now. Whether it's Correa, we obviously know the 2 main is Correa, Alexis, and Dzeko. One of those 3 at least has to leave. Maybe 2 out of the 3. Maybe 2 out of the 3 is gonna leave to make space for Dybala. Rick's told that he wants Sanchez to go away. We need to sign Dybala. Then no, that's not the way, because that was different with Icardi. We've got way too many players up front. Because if you sign Dybala, then Sanchez has all the power in his camp. Like, then this guy is like, I'm not going anywhere. You have to give me my 7 million net right now. Because then Inter don't have any choice. Because then you've signed Dybala. You've got still Sanchez's massive salary there. There's nothing you can do rather than just pay him off. You can't do that. You can't sign Dybala and then try to make a situation out of Dzeko, Correa, because then all the power is out of your hands, because then you're just in their hands. Right now, you still can be, sweet talk them, try to negotiate something. Yeah, we'll get talk into the formation in preseason as well. A little torn on Sanchez. Yeah, it is a situation where you torn on. Keston, go look at Dybala's. He's injury prone, but he's not as injury prone as we like to make him out. Go look at how many actually games he played. He's injury prone in terms of if you want to be relying on him to be the starter for sure, which is the problem that why Juve didn't sign him. But if you're talking about as a rotational player coming in and out, as Sanchez was, and he's got very, very similar. Last season, even though we talked about its injury prone season, he had 31 appearances, I think, in Serie A. So he's a little bit exaggerated, his injury prone issues. But yeah, look, this is the team right now, as it is right now. So I've not added any, Bremer or, potential signings. This is as it is right now, with Skriniar still here. So the one position that we need to look into is the central centre-back formation position. Inzaghi said this is where we need to sign someone. Like Inzaghi said himself in the press conference, because at the moment only De Vrij in that position. It's with Ranocchia leaving. We thought maybe Zinho would play Zinho van Huysden might play there maybe in preseason, but he's already looks like he's on his way out. Pirola's now gone, so we need some numbers in general at the back, and we don't know what's happening with De Vrij in general anyway. So signing has to be made there regardless of what happens with Skriniar, De Vrij, or anyone that's someone signing has to happen there. Midfield now, numerically we're okay, but still wouldn't mind getting one more player in there, unless they want to, as they said, they might want to promote someone like Casadei from the Primavera. But then Casadei is now also linked with Torino. Agum is still there, but I think Agum is probably going to go. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that can rotate in and out of that centre mid positions. Aslani can cover multiple positions, as we've seen already in pre-season. So yeah, we finally got the Vice Brozovic there. Dumfries, Belanova on the right, Gosens, Darmian on the left, or you can, Darmian can be on the right, Belanova on the left. Like, we'll see how things are rotated there. Di Marco can still play a role left wing back as well if we really need him. But yeah, as I said, up front is where we need to make the cuts. But we'll see what happens with that. Can we go back to Cody's comment? I'm torn on the Sanchez-Dybala debate. Think the money could be spent elsewhere on the pitch. Sanchez could go and nobody could be bought into the forwards. Yeah, exactly. As someone pointed out, and I've been saying this since the beginning, even before the Dybala rumors came up, what was the priority coming into the Mercato? It was the number 9. Whether it was Scamacca, whether it was Cavani, Suarez, Lewandowski, anyone, the priority was getting that number 9, because we saw Dzeko just didn't have it in him to be the number 9 for Inter at this stage of his career, and that was Lukaku. So the priority, Lukaku, was brought back. So anything after that now, because we've got Dzeko, we've got Lukaku, Lautaro, guys. This is the team, this is the duo that we had under Conte. We don't really need too much above that. And then above that now, Lukaku, Lautaro, then we still have Tucu Correa and Alexis Sanchez and Dzeko. Conte wanted Dzeko as the backup to Lukaku. Alexis, he was there as the backup to Lautaro, Lukaku. Correa, this is a stacked front 5. I honestly don't see the need of signing someone like Dybala right now. Obviously, I would love it. As I said, I'm a big Dybala fan. I am big Dybala fan. But, geez, there's really no need to really go all out to get someone like Dybala, to be honest, in my opinion. But if we can ship out Alexis and one of Correa and Dzeko, then definitely bring in Dybala. But if we can't, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And it doesn't look like he's going to go to any of our rivals, to be honest. Who's linked with Dybala? Roma. Yeah, maybe Roma can start challenging for top 4. Makes life a little bit difficult for everyone else, but, not the end of the world. Napoli have been linked with him recently. Man United recently. But there's just not that many offers on the table for Dybala. And funnily, we're the best team for him, in terms of fit. In the 3-5-2 up front, that's the best fit for him. So it's quite a sad situation, to be honest, with Dybala. The downfall of the guys struggling to get offers on the table. So yeah. Any dark horse ideas on the centre back rotation transfer? I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really thought about it. I mean, I do like the names that have been thrown about in terms of Milenko. If Skriniar goes, Milenkovic, because Milenkovic, in my eyes, for 2 or 3 years, has been that guy that if we sell Skriniar, I've always looked to Milenkovic. But centre back, then it has to be the big boy, Big Bremer. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really thought about it too much, Cody. I'm going to have to come back to you on that one. I'm just kind of going with the names that we've seen in the Mercato until now. Van Huysden's gone, bro. Van Huysden is going to Holland, I believe. Some team in Holland is signing Van Huysden. Yeah, we saw Zagadou was recently linked to us strongly because he's a free transfer. I wouldn't mind, these kind of free transfers. You don't really lose too much. He's very injury prone, which is why Dortmund didn't renew his contract. Left-footed beast of a physically player. Not watched too much of him, but yeah, these are kind of deals that for the backups, that's the kind of deals you need to look at. These kind of guys like Ranocchia who earn 1 million, 1.5 million, someone that's not taking up too much wage. He's not going to be demanding to be starting, decently reliable when he comes on, offers something a little bit different to the other guys, which definitely Zagadou does, physicality, athleticism wise, left-footed as well, so maybe he can play if we're really in the emergency left centre back as well. So I do like that as a dark horse signing at the back. That's why the deal with Dybala stopped. I'm guessing you talk. Sorry, I probably missed your previous comment. I think on this moment to get Dybala, I think this probably only happens if we win the league last season. I mean, winning the league doesn't, like, monetary wise, it honestly doesn't make that much difference. Like us losing the league to Milan, prize money and things like that, it's really, like, in Serie A, it doesn't make that much of a big difference, to be honest. I want Sanchez not because of his ability, but because of his massive salary. Yeah, I agree. It also make room for Bremer. Yeah. 37 ain't going anywhere this summer. I hope you're right, Cody. I hope you are right. Milenkovic or Akanji. Milenkovic for me. What do you think about Zagadou? Yeah, just mentioned him there. Also, since the money is needed for next year, they may try to make it from the Scudetto plus more step into Champions. Yeah, Champions League is where the money comes. Like, one step further in the Champions League makes big difference. Like, going from group stage to round of 16, there's like a 10 million difference plus the gate money, receipt money, and then every step after that is like another 10 million, isn't it? So Champions League makes a big difference. In Serie A, finishing like first, second, third, or fourth, like, there's honestly not that much actual difference between them, because the prize money isn't that much. And then actually, remember when we won the Scudetto, guys, we were joking that Suning, we were saying that, Suning are not going to pay the bonuses because all the players have like bonuses attached to their like contracts if they win the Scudetto. So it was just like they had to pay extra money to players as well when you win the Scudetto. But then you also get some sponsor bonuses as well. But it all kind of seems to level out by the bonuses you pay to the players. And then the contract renewals, all that kind of stuff that comes after you win the Scudetto, kind of like balances out the bonus you get from like sponsors and like just a few extra million of prize money. To me, Inter runs it back with De Vrij, and the winter market would be a good play for a contingency. Yeah, I mean, yeah, with De Vrij, it's a funny situation, to be honest. I'm surprised he's not got not many offers. It's yeah, a little bit like Dybala. I feel quite not sad, because I think he will get offers, De Vrij, because we're still, as I said, we're still early days in the Mercato. But yeah, I thought, Premier League teams or someone like Newcastle, like, would have come in for De Vrij. Like, someone, he's still a quality defender. Like, he didn't have a great season for us, but he's still a quality defender, this guy, available for like 15-20 million euros. But no one seems to be coming in for him yet. But I think, as I said, this Mercato started off early, but there will be offers coming in for the guys. Like, once if De Vrij realizes, if Bremer comes in, that he's going to be number 2, he's going to tell his agent, like, come on, look for a team. Same goes for like Correa, Alexis, or Dzeko. Like, once they start seeing that, there's no point staying here, they'll get the agent on the job, calling up clubs, saying like, look at my player, what he's saying. And then clubs are starting to get, panic a little bit more towards the end of the window, where they need to fill spaces, they need to get, signings. And the season starts earlier, so teams will be like, they'll start playing, but they might want to make changes already quite early on, so they'll have time to make changes even as the season's already like 3 or 4 weeks underway. Like, the Premier League will start early, Serie A will start early, so there'll already be like 2 or 3 games played before the Mercato ends. Raji says we're not factoring in running costs at this point. Soon his back is against the wall because Inter is more appealing asset to investor now that our debts are almost 120 million, not much for a club. Yeah, but we still have the bond. We still have the bond that was renewed this past year, which was 400 million. So the total debt that we're like the club, it's like around 600 million. But yeah, the loan that we took out, the Oak Tree loan, of course, that we've been paying, the 3-year loan, that's mostly, we're past halfway point now of paying that back. But still not an ideal situation at the moment. But yeah, I want to cover actually I'll leave that. I'll do that in a separate video. There's no point going into each thing that Inzaghi was talking about. Let's talk about the first preseason friendly we saw, because I know there's someone. Where is he? Yeah, here he is, Giroud. La Sala says we play 4-3-4-1-2. To play as number 10 behind Cam, behind the Lula. I think it's good. How about you? Fourth time asking. Yeah, I mentioned at the beginning, bro, that I'll talk about it later. So let's see if I can pull up the highlights of that game. Oh, finally, we've got our fix of Inter against FC Milanese. Sounds like a made-up team. Let's do this. Hopefully Inter don't take down my channel. But where is it? We saw Big Matty Doms with the run through. Lukaku. So I think it's Correa scored our first goal of the season. Oh yeah, Lukaku and Lautaro linking up already. Like that's already more link up than Dzeko and Lautaro did the whole of last season in the space of 5 minutes. Like a nice little 1-2. Lukaku got his first goal, cuts back onto his left. Nice finish. It's good to see Lukaku, man. He's looking in good shape. I don't know what people were talking about, saying that he looks overweight. He looks in good shape. He looks in the Conte Pinto shape that he was in 2 years ago. Aslani was impressive in this, but yeah, again, we're not going to look into this friendly much. These guys were like amateur team. But he did score a nice goal. Bellanova looked good as well. A couple of nice little moves from him. Let's see if we get Aslani's goal. That's the one I'm trying to see. Is it this one? No. Oh yeah, look, Tuku and Lautaro linking up there as well. That was a nice goal. Missed Aslani's goal. Where is Aslani's goal? Let's share that one quickly. Actually, I had it on my Twitter. Let's go off that. It was a nice goal from Aslani. That's the thing. We've brought him in as the vice Brozovic, but he's, as I talked about on my scout report video, he's definitely got a lot more to his game. It depends where he's going to specialize, but there it is. Look at that, keeping the ball in the air, bow, and then bam, finish. Aslani hype train, choo-choo. Who's on the Aslani hype train? But yeah, talking about the 3-4-1-2, I wouldn't look too much into it, to be honest. Yeah, as Eminem here says, I wouldn't look too much into it because Inzaghi mentioned in the first press conference that he's going to try a few things in pre-season. And that's the squad he's got right now. As I said, quite, there's not many midfielders back at the moment. Brozovic is not back yet. Vidal, Vecino are gone, so we only had Agume, Aslani, these guys. Like, there's not too many midfielders. So he didn't really have too many options. So I honestly wouldn't look too much into him playing a 3-4-1-2. I know people were getting gassed in the thinking like, "Ooh, maybe is he playing that? Because of Dybala coming in?" I don't think so. I could be wrong, and I'll be happy if he proves me wrong. But I just don't think. I think he knows the 3-4-1-2 just isn't quite the right formation for this Inter team. Like we've seen, Conte tried to play it, didn't really work. And then Inzaghi played it here and there, but just like Conte did, mainly when we were chasing a game, 60th, 70th minute, bringing on Sanchez behind the strikers or something like that. Is more like a emergency situation formation for us, where we're adding bodies up front. I don't see it starting from the beginning, especially like if it's going to be like. And even when Conte played it wasn't like he was playing it with, I don't think he ever started a game with Sanchez, Lukaku, and Lautaro. Like, even when we played 3-4-1-2 with Conte, it was Eriksen or Barella playing the CAM role, remember? It was never like, if it was Sanchez, it was when he was coming on as a substitute. I think you just lose too much balance. I don't think there's any way that these guys would lose so much balance in the team. Playing 3-4-1, like that's 3 strikers and only 2 midfielders covering him behind. So I just don't see that happening, honestly speaking. And then Dybala. I mean, Correa played there, but Dybala as well. Like he's a guy who, out of all the guys, he's probably the one that you can't really play with, because he's not a hard presser. He's not particularly a hard worker, to be honest, off the ball as well. Like if you're gonna play that formation, it has to be a guy, like someone needs to be sacrificing. And Lautaro works hard. Lukaku works, okay, decently for his size, but that number 10 is gonna have to do a lot of work, and I just don't see that happening, to be honest. Good point from Akash about the profits by 2023. I mean, we all thought pretty much that it was, by the end of this Mercato, and then, after the press conference, it came out that no, it was by 2023, because, the fiscal year has already ended in June. So it's about making it by the next fiscal year. So it changes things, but not really. It doesn't really change it too much, because you don't really have that much time. Because June 2023, that's going to come around quickly, because by the time the season finishes, we've seen, then you have 3 weeks, like a month, to just try and make your sales. And then if you're trying to make your sale in just those few weeks, then what power do you have? Like every club in the world then knows that these guys need to make a sale by the end of this fiscal year. So then who are you going to sell at that point? Are you going to once again try to sell Skriniar by then? And I mean, it's not like they're trying to sell Skriniar here. It's just that Skriniar is the one with the serious offer on the table. Just the same thing as, the Bastoni thing, the Lautaro thing. I think I've always said, like, they didn't go and say, like, Skriniar is the one we're going to sell. We know that the 4 guys that are going to get offers, Skriniar, Lautaro, Bastoni, and Barella, those are our 4 gems. Those are the ones that with the most value on the market. And I don't think they have any, like, a big offer for any of them comes and they'll be sold. But yeah, obviously I would like for it to be as delayed as possible. If they can let this summer go and see if we can make maybe sales in January. But again, do you want to sell anyone in January? Like, do you want to, kill the squad morale, or like, get rid of an important piece in January? Like, and who are you going to sell in January anyway? That's, going to make a decent money. And as I said, June 2023 comes around, and then you only got those few weeks to try to make that sale. Like, who is it going to be? So we see every single summer we can't make the sales of the other guys. Like, we try to make these calculations like every year. Like, oh, I know, Sensi 10 million, this guy 15, Lazaro, imaginary 8 million. Like, we always make these calculations, but no one comes with the actual money for these guys. The guys that actually get offers are the ones that we don't want to sell, unfortunately. So it's a tricky situation, as I said. So the 2023 things gives us a bit more time, a bit more leeway, but it doesn't actually make that much difference, because you're not going to sell Skriniar in January, or like someone else big in January, to be honest. So we'll see, Akash. But good point. Thank you for bringing that up. Touch is very good from Lukaku for a game with no pressure to perform. Looks to me that Aslani will be what we dreamt Sensi was going to be. Yeah, I mean, with Sensi, I mean, we never knew about his injury. I mean, we did have inkling of Sensi's injury problems already when he was at Sassuolo, but we didn't know it was going to be this bad. So fingers crossed, and touch every type of wood that you can, that this guy has no Sensi level injuries. But yeah, you can definitely see, I know what you mean in terms of, even Sensi, when we signed Sensi, we signed him, or I thought, or a lot of the fan base thought, that we signed this guy as potentially a vice Brozovic. But as his career went on, he went further forward and forward. Like, when they put him as a mezzala, then Inzaghi even put him as a second striker last season. But you can see that potential with Aslan. You can see that going forward, he's got some potential. Like, he's got an eye for goal. He seems to have an eye for a final ball. But that's the thing also, I talked about in the scout report. These days, you don't really get specialized players anymore. Everyone is kind of good at everything these days. Number 10 will be an interesting role this season. Yeah, I don't really think that would be really a role, to be honest, Cody. I don't really see the number 10 being a role apart from substitutes. But again, happy to be proven wrong if Inzaghi plays that formation. But to me, I don't really see that being happening. Li Louis coming from China, I think. My bro, thank you. I remember the last time we bought someone to be Vice Brozovic, turned out to be a world-class midfielder for 2 months. Yeah, talking about Sensi. Aslani Agume, Casadei is a baller replacement for Hakan Brozobrella. A bit different since Agume is more of a classic 6. Yeah, let's quickly speak about Agume because of King Darian mentioned him earlier. Kelvin looks like he's going to go on loan again. He looked decent in the highlights against the pre-season team, but it looks like he's going to go to Cremonese, one of the newly promoted teams. So still only 20 years old, by the way. He's still only 20 years old. I know that because he's been around our team for a little while, that we think that this guy is maybe a bit older, but he's still only 20 years old, so he's got time. But it's funny, you compare how Aslani is being treated to him. It's quite interesting because he's got more experience than Aslani, because he's played a season on the Spezia where he didn't get many minutes, but then he's got a full season of Ligue 1 under his belt. Then he had a season of being in the Primavera and training under Conte and stuff like that. But he doesn't seem to be getting that look in. He doesn't seem to have that trust within the club, from Inzaghi, from the directors, from the leadership. So he looks like he needs to convince, people within Inter of his quality. He did seem to have a decent season now in Ligue 1. So I'm not sure what else they really want to see from Agume. I still see the issues. I don't see him being that particularly outstanding, to be honest. And he does seem to be, he seems to be his role seems to be the Vice Brozovic role, as in he seems to be that regista type of player. I don't see that, with Aslani, as we're talking, he can even play mezzala. He's got this kind of eye for goal and kind of ability to run with the ball. We don't really see that too much with Agume. He seems like that's his role. He's kind of specialized in that role already. So it makes sense for him to go on loan, because if he's not going to get minutes, as I always say with these young guys, there's no point keeping these guys on the bench for no reason. But at the same time, they need to be getting good minutes on loan. So there's no point sending him into Cremonese and they give him charity minutes like Spezia were giving him, or not giving him when we send him there. So I really do hope, I wish him the best, because I do like Agume, on a technical level. He just doesn't, when you watch him play this, he just doesn't give you that feeling that he's hungry, or he wants to prove everyone wrong. He seems to be kind of just languid and kind of content with himself. Julian asks an interesting question: will be the toughest competitor next season? Juve has made some good signings, but defense looks shaky. The same. Yeah, I think as Filippo says here as well, Juve is building a team of figurine. I would say, it's they're building a team of an ultimate team, I guess you could say, Filippo. So I would say, I think Juve at the moment, because they should have been already last season. I think Allegri underachieved. I know that squad wasn't great, and then they lost Ronaldo on the last week before the Mercato finished. But I think I still rate that Juventus squad more than most people do. And then now, they've added Pogba, they're adding Di Maria, Chiesa is coming back from injury. But the defense though is not looking too good. Chiellini's left, De Ligt might leave. Alexandro is taking a really bad fall in form these last few years. So they're looking good. But I would say, I still can't not rule out an Allegri team and a Juve team that's making those kind of moves on the Mercato. Milan are always there. On paper, I'm just they always look bad on paper. Even last year they looked bad on paper. Not bad, but as in not as good as us or Juve on paper. Or even Napoli looked better than Milan to me on paper, starting 11. But it's just this purely voodoo. Is it going to continue happening? Is it going to continue going? I don't know. Let's see. But I think would say definitely for now Juve, but let's see what Milan do in the next few weeks, because they haven't really done much. Aslani going to take over, bro. Yeah, Sharif, I'm sure as a Stipe, as an Albanian, you're going to be enjoying you're going to be enjoying the Aslani hype train. I just hope Lukaku stops his complaining whenever the ball doesn't reach his thumbs. Oh no, that's not stopping at all. I already seen it actually. I already saw it. It was someone shot. Yeah, it's already seen it in one of the in the clips here. Someone shot and he was angry. I think it was Bellanova who shot, and he was already pointing to his feet as he usually does. The transfer fees can be made next season. Sunit, my spreadsheet king, coming through. But I'm guessing the wage cuts need now. Yeah, exactly. The wage cuts is just like they're starting. That process starts now, which is already happening. Sean, did you hear the Inter Twitch accidentally mentioned Dybala? Yeah, I heard. Slip of the tongue from the guy. It's not like he's these guys are officially, affiliated with Inter in terms of like, they don't know what's going on. It's just, I think the guy, I actually speak to him a couple of times. I've spoken to him. I forgot his name. The English speaker on the Inter Twitch. John Lawrence, I think his name is. Or Thomas Lawrence, sorry. Thomas Lawrence, that's his name. Thomas Lawrence. Yeah, he's a nice guy. I still remember the match versus Shakhtar when Lukaku stood and blocked the goal. Oh, okay. No need to remind us of that, bro. I can't believe we couldn't get 5 cents for Sensi. I can believe that. I wouldn't spend 5 cents for Sensi. Shame we need to push Gagliardini aside. He's as mid as it gets, and we could do with a more versatile substitute right wing back and Mezzala. Well, there's not that many. How many players do you know can play right wing back and Mezzala? Probably that Nathan Nandes guy. I like how we're bringing in a lot of youth this Mercato. That's a good sign, especially because they'll get minutes. Well, we'll get to see that. Don't speak too early, because that's one of the things. Like when we signed Aslani, I want to see Inzaghi, like, he needs to play these guys. There's no point signing these guys if you're not going to play them. Bellanova, I don't want these excuses. Like, they need to be playing. So it is nice. It is nice that we're reducing the average age of the squad down. And I think it was kind of natural that was going to happen once, the Vecinos, the Vidals, and the Sanchez, they start to leave. Dusan isn't worth the 70 million, not in a million years. I disagree. In the modern market, bro, there's not many guys out there that you can get for better than Dusan for 70 million. Martino saying that Inter waived the buyback option in Pirola Dio. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I mean, I know the Inter had a buyback option on him when we sold him before, or like loaned him out, but yeah, it is what it is. Milan like a shitbox car. Purely going to turn Origi into R9 regen. Yeah, but it still probably won't end up being the top scorer. The top scorer probably end up being not any one of the strikers. Crazy. Don't sleep on Roma. Yeah, people were telling me that last year. But yeah, no, Roma second year should be much better under Mourinho. I think. Let's see what they do in the Mercato. I mean, they've only signed, Matic until now. That's not really, pushing them to a top 4 signing. But definitely, I would watch out for Roma. Second year under Mourinho. Let's see if they back him properly, because that is an interesting project for sure. Let's go talk quickly about the Bremer news, actually. Bremer, because I know some of you were asking earlier. So SemperInter.com translating, saying that Inter to sign Bremer within a week, offering Torino 30 million plus Casadei on loan. So what's the source on this one? Corriere della Sera. Not particularly great source, to be honest. Yeah, as we know, Inter long had a personal agreement with Bremer. He will join in the summer, but the talks with his club have been delayed by the need to attend to other matters, chiefly the sale of a big-name player to bring in the funds to make a deal with the Granata. Now, Skriniar appears to be poised to be sold for no less than 65 million, so a deal for Bremer will be within reach for the Nerazzurri. Inter plan to offer 30 million and then a very promising young midfielder, Casadei, on loan to convince the Granata, and the deal could be done within the week. Again, yeah, I'm not too convinced about the timeline, about the within a week. I think it depends on outgoings. I think it depends on someone coming in Atalanta or Monza, someone coming in with the 18 to 20 million that we want for Pinamonti, and then I think we can go and finally make that final deal for Bremer. It won't be 40, 50 million, whatever you read in that Cairo is asking. He will ask for that, but it will be it won't be that much, because that was the whole point of him signing the new contract with them, that he's had a gentleman's agreement with Torino to let him go for a reasonable fee, not to be asking for too much money. If we lose Skriniar, we gotta sign Bremer. No. The Skriniar. I mean, Bremer is regardless of what happens to Skriniar. Bremer was supposed to be coming in even if Skriniar stayed. Skriniar isn't the Skriniar Bremer, like what they're talking about here. They're talking about like in terms of money coming in, like anyone, whether it's Pinamonti, De Vrij, Dumfries, any name. It's about that, like as an incoming or outgoing. But Bremer is the De Vrij upgrade. So even if De Vrij is here, but he's the De Vrij, like he's for the De Vrij position. Skriniar, then we're talking about Milenkovic. Zagadou is as a backup. They're not talking about Zagadou as like a starter material. He's a potential backup as he's a free agent and available for not too much in terms of wages. Can Bremer play right centre back? I watched Leroy Torino, didn't see him play there. He has played there occasionally. He could play there again, like it's not the end of the world. We've seen Skriniar has even played, left centre back, like but it's not the ideal position. Like we've seen, the ideal position for Bremer is in the middle of the three, where he can be kind of like sweeper that just kind of man marks the striker, like very almost like an old school manner. But he's more athletic than Skriniar struggled to adapt to becoming a left centre back / right centre back, because he hasn't got that quick footedness or that lateral movement. So he's a little bit clunky when moving, sideways or going out to face players like wide. Like you almost have to play as a fullback at times in that position when you're in the three. So in that sense, I think you should probably be able to adapt. But if you're signing Bremer, you want to play in his optimal position, which is the center of the three. How lucky are we? Bremer exploded on the last year of his contract instead of the beginning. Yeah, I mean, in the end, he signed a new contract after anyway, so it didn't make too much difference. What's with the Milenkovic hate? I haven't seen too much Milenkovic hate. I think it's just anything. I think it's just everything is such a downgrade from Skriniar, bro. I think it's just anyone just doesn't sound good enough. As soon as you go from Skriniar to anyone, you're just like, oh man. It just hurts, isn't it? It just hurts. But I think, as I've said, Milenkovic for me, he has stagnated. I've said that as well recently, like over the last 2 years. I think he's stagnated. Like I rated him quite a bit a few years ago when he was coming through at Fiorentina, but he doesn't seem to have made that next step. And actually, Milenkovic has recently been training with, so it seems like these Balkan players are like, I don't know where they were on holiday, but they all seem to be in the same gym or like facility. There's like Milenkovic is there, Brozovic is there, I think Dzeko was there, Vlahovic was there, Kostic was there, Matic was there, Buffon was there, and then non-Balkan. It seems like they're all on holiday or training in the same facility on holiday together. So yeah, don't know if Brozovic has spoken to him or not. We aren't getting much offers for De Vrij. We spoke about De Vrij earlier. It's a shame. Yeah, I don't know what's happening really. I think the thing with De Vrij is also a lot of these Mino Raiola clients, because Raiola just passed away. So I'm not sure what's actually happened to them. I know that the agency is still ongoing as the Raiola, his brothers, I think, took over and stuff, but that must have affected, like, I think Raiola was doing a lot of the deals himself and being, the front man. So I don't know if that's kind of affected, or if De Vrij is maybe looking for a different agent now. I don't know if that's actually affected the issues for the players, the moves and contract renewals and things like that. De Vrij, most underrated centre back in the world. Yeah, he's up there for underrated. I think he is quite underrated. But I think at some point, I think he was a little bit overrated as well by Inter fans after he won the Serie A Defender of the Year. I never really liked him. I mean, I always liked him. I like that he's like a very quiet, just calm, and he's very nice off the field. I've heard really good things about him off the field. Like, it takes a lot of time with fans to sign things and talk to fans like one-to-one. But I always thought like this guy is in the middle of the three. I think he's very protected by the other two. You think we lost Brozovic? You think we lost Brozo if Aslani steps up to the hype? Oh, if like okay, no, I think Brozovic is still gonna be the main guy for a while. The only way I don't really see where Aslani is gonna get the minutes, because we've seen Conte was very reluctant to rest Brozovic, and so is Inzaghi. So I don't really see how many minutes he's going to get, to be honest, unless Brozovic gets injured or suspended. I'm struggling to see where he's going to be getting too many minutes to impress. Carbs, we already talked about the Dybala stuff earlier on. It depends on Dzeko, Sanchez, Correa. Like, someone up front has to leave because those guys are on big wages, so we have to make space for him first. Premier League clubs prefer younger profiles. Lecunde, Lisandro, they don't really need De Vrij unless it's a free transfer. Yeah, I mean, we're not asking for big money. We're asking, this is a smart signing. That's fine if you're talking about your marquee future of the defense signing. We're not talking about De Vrij. We're talking about someone like Newcastle, or just like anyone in the decent mid-table Premier League team. We're talking about here. We're not talking about Chelsea signing him as the starter centre back. We're talking about Chelsea signing, because they've lost 3 defenders, Chelsea. So how many better defenders are you going to find out there for 15-20 million euros than De Vrij? He's a good centre back. He's there. He wants another payday. He'll get one in free agency. Maybe we could move him in the winter at least. Yeah, we'll see. But I don't know why people always make a big deal about losing players on the free transfer. It's not the end of the world. This is just how things are moving in the football world. Look how many free transfer players we're signing. Milan let go of 2 free transfers last year. They let go of Kessie this year. It's not the end of the world if someone goes on a free transfer. I know you want to get some money for him, but you have to look at it if, let's say, De Vrij gives us, let's say De Vrij is not even a starter next year, and he gives us 1 more year as a backup to Bremer at the same salary he's on now. I think he's on 2.5 million. Gives us a last nice year of he becomes the Ranocchio, just kind of that reliable backup centre back. You've got your value for money there. Not necessarily, you don't necessarily have to try to sell De Vrij if he can give you a good year last year as a backup to Bremer or something like that. Ideally, you wouldn't want him to come in as you don't want him to be on the last year of his contract being your starter, because we saw what happens, at Lazio. Nah, joking. I mean, also not joking, but as a backup, even if De Vrij doesn't sign a new contract and stays as a backup, that's not the end. I mean, that's far from the end of the world. That's a great backup to have. Having De Vrij as a backup, guys, it's not bad at all, actually, when you think about it. But can we afford that? That's a different question. So, yeah, interesting. But as I said, I think offers will come for Correa, Dzeko, De Vrij. Towards the end of the Mercato, someone will need some strikers. So if Monza haven't signed someone by then, or some other team needs a good experienced backup striker, Dzeko's right there. Correa still seems to have decent demand. It's just obviously they're not going to pay us big money, but a loan with the option is definitely going to prop up by the end of the Mercato. Teams start to panic towards the end of the window. It happens. More offers will come by the end of it. De Vrij, someone will need a centre back by the end of the window. So, yeah, I'm not too worried. Something will start to happen. It's just that we've done so much business until now. We just feel like, we want to, now that we've got all these guys in, we want to get the other guys out. But Mercato is tricky. And it is what it is. To Cody, thank you very much for the donation, man. I've had great coverage this off season. Thank you. No, I've actually not been as good as I wanted, guys. I wanted to be giving you like almost daily level coverage, especially how busy Inter have been, but I just haven't been able to kind of keep up the consistency, and like with work, with I've had like friends' weddings, family weddings, and I've been a little bit ill last few days, so frustrating. I want to be giving you like a lot more regular content, especially through this summer bit, because in the season we can go and just do match previews, match reviews, match reactions, and I'm trying to grow the channel as well, but thank you, appreciate that, Cody. At least you appreciate the work. I don't understand why Premier League would rather gamble on young defenders, especially Arsenal too. They don't, because that's their model. You've seen that's their model. They try to keep, and it works. They've got money to spend, so they don't have to think about saving money. And if you sign a player at 20, 22, 23, 24, they retain their value for 5-6 years, rather than if you sign a 29, 30-year-old and the value is only going to go down from there. So they think about it on a financial level. Those Premier League clubs, they're run like businesses, so they think about the business side of things as well, whereas in Italy we're thinking about who's not too expensive and who's going to make an impact for us right now in the next year or two, and then probably not in the long term, whereas the Premier League clubs think about long-term impact and financial, being able to keep this asset still valuable. I think especially Arsenal has always been run like that since Arsene Wenger. Wenger always used to buy, he had this fetish of buying only under 25s. No, I'm not Muslim, but Eid Mubarak to all my Muslim followers and watchers out there. So hope you guys are enjoying with your families. What's going on with Dybala, Uncle Shama? Nothing. He's chilling. I think he's still in Miami, chilling, enjoying life, waiting for Alexis Sanchez or Correa or Dzeko to leave. Quality over quantity, brother. No worries. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. You're only human. Appreciate your coverage. Sorry, don't mean to pull the curtain back. No worries. Appreciate your nice comments. Hey Zio, how bad will it be in your book if we miss out on Dybala out of 10? As I said, to me, he's a luxury signing. To me, Lukaku was the cake, guys. Lukaku was the cake, and this big ass cake, and Dybala is the cherry on top, or the icing on the top of the cake. So it'll be like a 6 out of 10. Like I'll be sad because it would have been amazing to see Dybala play for my club. Like I've always wanted to see Dybala at Inter, but it's honestly not the end of the world to me. And you guys can disagree with me. I know there's a lot of you who disagree with me. Some of you are saying that Dybala has to be brought in. Like Dybala is a must. I know Eduardo is a big fan. I know a few of you guys are like massive Dybala. I'm a massive Dybala fan. But after we brought in Lukaku, guys, Lukaku Lautaro, our starting duo. You guys know the deal. And then we have Dzeko, as I said, the guy that Conte wanted as Lukaku backup. We've got Sanchez still there at the moment. Not the end of the world if he stays. There's still Alexis Sanchez, still a guy that comes on and he creates 10 to 15 goals and assists, even with limited minutes. Beautiful right foot, creative, clutch, even as he came last season. Tucu Correa has, those qualities that, he only showed, 3 games where he scored two goals in those 3 games. But is Inzaghi's boy. Inzaghi loves him. So we've got a really, really, interesting and strong lineup up front. Temporary cake. But at the same time, as I've said when we signed Lukaku, from what I understand, it's pretty much a gentleman's agreement that we're going to renew that loan for another year anyway. So a year or 2 years in modern football, that's right now isn't even that temporary. If you can get in Lukaku for 2 years, But even 1 year, I just want that Scudetto back, man. I don't care. If you guys saw, we missed out on the Scudetto. I want that Scudetto right now. So even if Lukaku is a temporary cake, give me that temporary cake. Lukaku winning it for us again, ain't he? Yeah, he better. He's got all the pressure on him. Someone clip that. No. Do not do that. Do not clip that Lukaku Kane comment. All right. Oh, you guys can't go anywhere with you guys. Feel like we need a Barella backup. Yeah, I mean, ideally, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier when I had the squad up. Mkhitaryan could be the Barella backup because Mkhitaryan can be the Hakan and Barella backup. Aslani can also be the Barella and Hakan backup. And obviously we still have Gagliardini. But yeah, you know, in an ideal world, you know, that's why, you know, we were linked with Fratesi earlier on a few months ago. He looks like, you know, like a ready-made Barella backup. But again, he's just a guy that you don't really rest too much. We've seen Inzaghi, if Barella's fit, Barella's playing. Toro, Dybala, Lukaku could be one of the best starting forward lines we've ever had. Lula proved they can bag goals together. Yeah, that's true. 100%. My brother should be worried about Juve's Mercato on paper, the scary team. Yeah, we talked about Juve earlier a little bit, but as I said, right now they're the ones that kind of I would be the most scared about as a rival. But let's see what they do in defense, because losing Chiellini is a big factor. Like, that's their captain, that's their leader of the back. He's the one who holds Bonucci's hand. Bonucci owes his career to Chiellini. So let's see how Bonucci performs without Chiellini. I know that he's mostly injured anyway last couple of seasons, but still, his presence there is a big difference. And if De Ligt leaves, that's, you know, most of their, you know, 2 out of 4 of their defense having to be, you know, reshuffled, rejigged. Even if it's an quality replacement, it's going to be difficult to get that chemistry. That's why also, again, you know, I'm not too, if De Vrij stays, you know, you still keep quite a good core of that understanding of your defense. You know, the De Vrij, Skriniar, Bastoni. Even if Skriniar leaves, like, at least there's De Vrij still there, Bastoni still there. You don't want to get rid of like 2/3 of your defense. 1 out of 3 max. So yeah, no, the Juve are looking scary. And, you know, again, as Inter, we have, you know, in the press conference, I did like that Inzaghi and Marotta, they said, you know, pretty much no excuse now. Like, we want to win. They didn't say the Scudetto, like, you know, but they said, you know, it wasn't like last year's press conference where they were talking like, yeah, you know, we want to win, but we want to, you know, get top 4, round of 16, you know, we'll see. Whereas here, you know, they're talking about, you know, last year hurt and we want to win things. This is Inter. But at the same time, no excuses for Allegri this season. Allegri last year was like, you know, yeah, we wanted to get top 4, blah, blah, blah. No. Juventus, they have to go for the Scudetto. There's no excuses. Milan, as the champions now, no, they can't be playing the underdog game anymore. So there's 3 teams at least that are like, have to go for the Scudetto. Like, they can't deny that they're going for the Scudetto this season. Whereas last year, everyone was like, nah, maybe you're the favorites. Like, no, you're the favorites. No, you're the favorites. This year, there's at least 3 favorites starting, and let's see what, you know, Napoli do, Roma do, these other teams do as well. Dybala is if we are going for the Champions League, to me, Ashwin says. I mean, I don't think any Italian team can realistically go for the Champions League. I don't think, you know, if we sign Dybala, that's Suning saying, yeah, we're going to go for the Champions League. Then we definitely have the squad to go further in the Champions League if we get a lucky draw. Not pretty Liverpool or Man City or someone like that in the round of 16. But we can definitely, that gives you that option that, yeah, you know, 100%, you have to be able to go further in the Champions League. Also, with Milenkovic, Bremer make it up for getting Skriniar sold. Yep, 100%. You can't really do much better than that to replace Skriniar, Milenkovic, and Bremer. Well, we want to win. Selling Skriniar makes total sense, but I just can't accept it. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that I never want to talk about. That it makes 100% sense to sell Skriniar because of his last year of his contract, his age, blah blah blah, all of this, all of that. but it just hurts in the dill, in the heart. That's one thing we can guarantee, guys. Serie A is gonna be fun. Adriano Imperatore, what a name. How do you think they will handle captain's armband if Onana becomes first goalkeeper during the season? Simple. Vice captain is Brozovic. Has been. He was under Conte. He was last season under Inzaghi, as we saw when Handanovic wasn't playing. So I'm guessing they're not going to just remove the vice captaincy from him. So it's going to be Brozovic, the captain. As you guys know, for me, it was Skriniar. Let's see if he stays. In my opinion, it should be Skriniar, the next captain. We've talked about this so many times. Not Barella, not the other guys, Skriniar. But there's clearly a hierarchy, and then Brozovic is there. I think he is the longest serving player, which I think is how a lot of the Italian teams do it, is by longest serving player at the club. And that's Brozovic. Especially now that Bronocchi has left, I think him and D'Ambrosio, Handanovic, D'Ambrosio, and Brozovic are the longest serving players there. So yeah, easy for me. And yeah, what did you guys make of the Onana Handanovic thing? I mean, I wasn't surprised. Like he said, Handanovic is going to start, and then Onana, we'll see. You know, he earns his spot, but Handanovic deserves his number one spot. That's what Inzaghi said, and I agree to him to a certain degree that, you know, we can't throw maybe Onana to the wolves straight away because he has had he's still rusty. But at the same time, you know, if you're gonna bring this guy in, he's earning pretty much just a little bit more than Handanovic. So we're paying two keepers pretty much the same money. And surely we brought him in to be the long-term successor. So at some point he's gonna have to take over. So I hope within the season he takes over at some point. I hope it's not Handanovic goes for the whole season, unless Onana turns out to be, you know, really rusty still or something like that. But I hope he's given the proper run in Onana at some point, because that's the only way he's going to improve. I feel like Correa will shine this season next to Lukaku. I hope so. I hope if he stays, because if we look past the injuries and just, you know, the 6 goals, which is not good enough of a return, Inter played better when Correa was playing. Let's not forget. I think if you watched Inter played better when Correa was playing, much smoother. And yeah, I think he would have a good time playing with Lukaku. With Inter, we always get the group of death. Yeah, true that. What should be our season objective for this season? Scudetto, 100%, and round of 16 once again, and then see who we get after that. That should always be the aim for Inter. Brozo was also Croatia captain. He's simply guy everyone likes and respect. Yeah, so in the international break, he was Croatia captain, so why not? Since when Dalbert is one of our captains, oh God. That guy's not even come back for pre-season yet, so I don't even know what they're doing with that guy. Thank you for reminding me about him. I like that Honda knows he needs to step up. Yeah, I think that at least now we know that, like, he can't slip up now. He's got actual guy already hungry to step in. Onana is hungry. Let's make a prediction about Tuku's goal tally. I think let's make a prediction about Tuku's injury tally. That's probably easier. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if he actually stays. Like, let's not talk about it now, because if he stays and this is how the team looks, I don't even see him getting too much playing time, to be honest. Like, if with Lukaku and Lautaro there, and if Dybala comes in, like, when is he even going to get playing time? Can't roll into UCL with Handanovic, which is our keeper. Yeah. Siavush, of course, our boy. Handanovic, hater number 1. What are we going to do with Dalbert and Lazaro? They seem like useless paperweight players. Yeah, someone mentioned earlier, Lazaro scored in that preseason friendly actually yesterday. Funny. He's lost all the drip though, Lazaro. He was the drip boy, and now he's lost all the drip. It's like zero hair. But yeah, we just have to loan. Well, Dalbert, we can't loan him out because he's in the last year of his contract. So we just need to, just anyone, please, just 1 million, 2 million. And same for Lazaro, 5 million, 6 million, something, please. Do you think Serie A has taken a leap compared to last year? Let's see. Let the bloody Mercato finish, guys. Bloody hell. Like, anything could happen. Like, we saw Ronaldo left in the last week of last season. Lukaku left, not too like midway through. So let's see. Like, anything could happen until the end. But right now, it looks good for now. Because last season, remember, Depor left, Lukaku left, Hakimi left, Eriksen left. So it was like all the quality, Ronaldo left. Like, the quality was just like streaming out of the Serie A. This season, Pogba's come back, Di Maria's in, Vlahovic has been kept there, Lukaku is back. Lukaku has been there, Lautaro has been kept in. So let's see. I think Onana has more starts than Handanovic this season. Not the way Inzaghi talked about it, bro. I think the way Inzaghi talked about it is that Handanovic is definitely starting the season off. Then we'll see. But I don't see him just like ditching Handanovic on the bench at some point, unless he makes Onana like the Champions League goalkeeper or something like that. But again, I don't see it. Has a bold prediction: if we get through group stage, we're going to reach finals in CCL. I hope you're right, bro. The real question is, what would be Tuco's barbecue tally? Oh god. Oh, El Azado King, bro, who gave Dalbert that long contract never seems to end. Yeah, I think because of all the loans he's been going out on, he had to renew his contract at one point. I think that's the issue, because you can't loan out someone if they're on the last year of his contract. I think you have to like extend the contract, which is annoying. It's good to introduce Onana slowly. Goalkeepers under a lot of pressure. That's why Barca kept Ter Stegen as second keeper until he settled in. Yeah. No, I'm not against what Inzaghi said in terms of giving him time. I just hope it's not what I just hope it doesn't end up being just Handanovic staying there the whole time. That's the only hope. We can laugh, but with Lula, we knock Liverpool out. No, there's nothing to love there. Yeah, that's a big difference. If we had, that's where that's where one of the matches where we felt like Dzeko was just like, oh, if just this guy had legs, like at some points his legs just can't do what his body wants to or his mind was trying to do. And Lautaro, and that's to keep his captaincy, as this is his 10th anniversary. Yeah, I mean, he's going to keep this captain. Even if he doesn't start, he's going to be captain. He's going to be club captain. Like Chiellini was still club captain for Juventus last season, even though he was not playing mostly because he's injured most of the time. Like, you still have a club captain. I also love that video where we can see there is a lot of chemistry between Onana and Lukaku. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Those two look like they're already good friends off the pitch. Hey, come on, man. Dzeko is a good football player, man. You need to put some respect on Dzeko's name. He just had a bad dip, and his 36-year-old legs gave up on him in the second half of the season. But put some respect on Dzeko's name. But yeah, guys, 1 hour 17 minutes. My voice is gone. I'm still not feeling 100%. So yeah, I apologize for my coughing and my sniffling here and there, but I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm also very hype about Mkhitaryan. Great backup signing. Adds versatility, experience, but also he's actually pretty good ball carrier. Like, he's a good dribbler, good final ball, all this kind of stuff. Hey, Count D'Angeli in the house. Come on, Uncle Shama, we need video every day. Don't follow any other news outlet about Inter. Should be a great season with Lukaku. Yeah, sorry. As I said to you, bro, I think you missed it, but I've been unwell recently with health and busy with like weddings and work and family stuff. So I've just not been able to be as consistent as I wanted on this channel. But yeah, hopefully I feel back up to 100% next few days and keep up with the channel. Thank you everyone that tuned in. Really enjoyed chatting with you guys. Let's see 3-4-1-2, is it actually happening? I don't think so personally, but maybe you guys might be right. Some of you guys think that might be actually a formation that we're running this season. Exactly. Nick Knox, what's up, bro? You just came in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If not, Gagliardini still here. Nick Knox, Gagliardini, we're not getting rid of this guy, so you'll be happy. Candrevino, thanks for the vids. No worries, bro. Thanks. Hard coming up with ideas when no games are going. Feel better. Thank you very much. And yes, before we go, like and subscribe, guys, or Frieza will attack you in your sleep. Lord Frieza We need Shama full time here. Yeah, imagine if I went to this full time, you would see my face every single day. I'll be doing lives like 2 times a day. But yeah, it is what it is. If we were a Premier League team, I would have gone full time with this guys, and then I would have had 50k subscribers. I could go full time, and yeah, that would have been a different world if Inter were in the Premier League. But I like it. I like how it is small, nice little community. Yeah, we got some Dragon Ball Z fans in the house. What's up? It's about time for some Shama merch, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't want to make merch about like me. Like, I'd rather like the shirts I made last year, the Lukaku shirt, the Lautaro Lukaku shirt. Like, I like making stuff like that you guys can rock, like outside. I don't want to get like my name in the shirt. Like, I don't know. It feels a bit corny. So, yeah, I am thinking of doing like something like a Limone Ball shirt, like something with a lemon or Inzaghi's face, something like that, so you can wrap like lemon ball throughout the year. I'm thinking of doing something like that as a shirt this year. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated if I do that. But yeah, thank you everyone that tuned in. Thank you everyone that subscribed. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Ciao ragazzi. Make sure you leave a thumbs up. I will see you for the next stream. And yeah, let's see what happens with Bremer. Let's see what happens with Dybala. Let's see what happens with Alexis playing hardball with us. But let's see if Marotta can weave his magic and convince him to sign the cancellation of his contract or whatever. We'll watch the recording tonight and watch MLS at the same time. Nice. I would like to get some Shams / Inter merch. Yeah, I'll do something. I never actually released. I was supposed to. If some of you guys remember, I made this nice Skriniar shirt, and then I just ended up wearing it myself. But I never actually released it. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to release that now. That Skriniar. Well, if Skriniar stays, I'll release that one. If Skriniar stays, I'll release that Skriniar shirt I made. It was the one where he's doing the kissing celebration. It was a nice one. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in. Ciao ragazzi, Forza Inter, always.